Hi, what's up? So I'm an introverted individual. And as an introverted individual, you just got to figure out your own path in navigating society. At least that's my story. I never felt like I fit in with the masses like that at all. Even as a child, I just always felt like I was kind of from, whether you want to say another planet, or I just always felt different. And now that I'm maturing and things of that nature, I'm just starting to understand my true path in life. And maybe you can resonate if you happen to be an introverted individual yourself. And there's a philosophy that I've been reading on lately, past couple years, I'd say. And it's the philosophy of solipsism. Solipsism is essentially the philosophy that the world literally does revolve around you. Now, the way I see it, at least, I look at it from a spiritual, esoteric, mystical, occult perspective, which I also tie into fitness and strength training. I like to combine the two, but let me digress. So obviously everybody has their own consciousness. Everybody has their own ways. They have their own lives that they're living as well. However, when we tie in solipsism with the laws of spirituality, the laws, one of the hermetic laws, if you want me to go into more detail, there's 7 universal laws. The first one is that all is mind. All is internal. So everything that you see from your perspective, everything around you is attracted to you or something that you created. It's a reflection. Whatever it is outside of you, in one way or another, is a reflection of something that you have going on internally. It's a reflection of your perspective. As within, so without. That's another law of correspondence, things of that nature. So, in a sense, everything around you is it's you in a different form. Because if you did not resonate with it in one way or another, it would not be in your reality. And that's when we get really deep with the law of correspondence and the universal laws. But I'm trying to break that down the best way I can so you can understand what I'm about to say. If you live a life of abundance, if you live in a mansion or whatever it is, you attracted that via your thoughts, your energy, and then of course the last part being your action. But the actions resonated with your internal thoughts to begin with. And then you're just energetically aligning these things into your existence. So knowing that, when we combine the philosophy of solipsism, the world literally does revolve around you because you are creating your reality on a day by day, second by second, hour by hour, breath by breath basis. And that's a pretty important key. Obviously, we're not taught that. But once you get the grasp, you learn how to take accountability for your own life in all ways, good or bad. Good or bad is based off perception as well. Everything in life is there to teach you something. If something bad happens to you, it's a lesson that you can utilize for your growth. Now, you obviously have options. You can let it traumatize you and you can go in the corner and cry about it, or you can see the benefit of it on how you can evolve from that point moving forward. Because life isn't necessarily about what you conquer, it's about what you're able to overcome. And then aligning that with fitness, What do we do when we hit the gym and we lift weights? We overcome resistance. And then what happens when we overcome resistance, especially consistently? Over time, we become stronger. We become more aesthetically pleasing. We evolve. So once you are able to see that everything in essence is a reflection of you, you understand what type of work you need to do, what type of thoughts you need to have, what type of perceptions that you need to take on in order to make the adjustments necessary in your external world. So they do a great job with distracting us. Constantly we're being distracted. And then that's the challenge. That's part of the resistance that we have to face and go against. Are the distractions, the celebrity gossip, gossip in general, social media, just pulling at your emotions, trying to trigger you every second to get your attention. Advertisements, trying to get your attention, which is the number one form of currency, is your attention, because your attention is your energy. But yeah, that's why they spend billions of dollars a year on advertisements. Attention is the number one form of currency. So we get caught up in that, and we get caught up in everybody else's reality as opposed to conquering and polishing our own reality, which is the number one thing that we should focus on, because we're the ones that have to live our lives. We are the ones that determine what fulfills us at the end of the day. We're the one that has to wake up in the morning with our thoughts, our emotions, and whatever it is we're dealing with internally. So the more we get distracted by all this chaos and nonsense around us, the more power it takes away from us in our ability to create our own circumstances. So the best way we can do that is do our best to eliminate distractions. Easier said than done, but the more you can embrace solitude, the better off you'll be. Solitude is key, even if it's just a couple minutes a day or whatever, whatever floats your boat or finds your lost remote. But that's how I've been as an introverted person. I am okay with solitude. I am okay with being by myself. You look at the word alone, really, if you break down the word alone, it says it's all one. We're all one anyway, going through this experience. I'm not afraid to be alone. And then that's a huge benefit, because now you're not dependent on other people's validation. You learn how to validate yourself so you can have that fulfillment, so you can have what you need, because you're not reaching in for other people's acceptance. You're not desperate for their approval. You know how to approve yourself and live your life accordingly. So, the best we can do, the closer we can get to having that independence as far as validation goes, the better we'll be able to navigate through life feeling internally fulfilled. And the distractions, man, the distractions don't just stop at advertisements. The distractions also come in a form of society teaching you how you should think, teaching you how you should feel, teaching you how you should react to certain things. We have been trained since we were babies on how to navigate and function in this society, not so much learning about our true selves and training ourselves to navigate efficiently the best way that's according to us, the best way that resonates with us in an authentic level. And then that's when we have to do shadow work, something called shadow work. Now, if you're not familiar with shadow work, I'll keep it brief today. It's essentially facing your own traumas facing your insecurities, and facing the stuff that we need to, essentially looking at ourselves in the mirror. The stuff we try to run away from through vices, through the social media scrolling and all types of distractions, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or gossip, or the stuff, the nitty gritty of the things that we really need to get to within ourselves, that we need to conquer again, face that resistance in order to evolve. Taking some time alone in solitude, literally and figuratively looking yourself in the mirror. Because it's, at the end of the day, it's our job to get this shit done in this so called life that we have. It's our responsibility to respond accordingly to what's going to get us to a higher level of consciousness or just evolve in general. We have to face the music within ourselves. We have to go back into the stuff that bothered us from our childhood and learn to forgive ourselves, learn to grow from the lessons that were provided from those experiences. Look, man, if you're on planet Earth, you're going to be traumatized. This is a traumatizing ass environment. Like, there's no escaping it. So it's up to us as individuals to decide how we're going to go about that. Let's forgive ourselves. Are you still mad at yourself for shitting your pants when you were 2 years old? I doubt it. That's just a mistake. What'd you do? You more than likely learned from shitting in your pants, and then you grew from that. I'm like, oh, that was a lesson. Damn, all right. I didn't know better back then. I didn't know better. Now I know better. And that's what life just continuously hits us with. Like, oh, damn. Some of us need to get hit 5, 6, 7, 8 times, but the objective is to, oh, okay, now I know better. I've evolved. I've grew from that. I'm a new person now. That's what we're going for. And it takes internal work, which, hey, ties back down to fitness and strength training. Same thing you got to do internally to get stronger. It's very similar to what you got to do physically to get stronger. And they correspond together. Just like you got to struggle and lift that weight of resistance in order to get stronger, we got to go through our own internal experiences and then just learn how to create and master our perspective to be stronger than those experiences. So anyway, that's something I'm also doing, is getting better at my speaking skills. As I'm making this video right now, I'm pretty much just starting being consistent with YouTube. And I'm also a personal trainer and online coach. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My links will be below in the description. Feel free to write any comments, any questions. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Y'all have a great day.